Well, hello, you guys, and welcome to December. It is the year's just flying by, and I'm, sitting here in my store, and it's cold and chilly, and it's starting to sleet a little bit. And 'tis the season to have snow and cold weather. So I know not everybody's getting that weather, but we are here, and it always brings in the holiday cheer and the joy. And I'm just super grateful to be here with you guys. If you're watching this live, thank you very much for coming and joining us. And if you're watching the replay, we're at December 2nd, 2025. And, I just have a wish to give you guys as we're heading into this month is may your December bring your wealth and health and unexpected miracles that will last you all the way into 2026. Okay, so we're going to go over tonight our promotions for December. I love every month is like Christmas because doTERRA is offering us something for free. They also are offering us a discounted item, and this time of year we also get a bunch of different holiday products that are available to us. On our screen here, I'm just going to kind of review it for us. Is when you have a loyalty order. And that's an order that will ship monthly, which you can change what ships, when it ships, where it ships every single month. I love that you can customize it, but you also earn points for every dollar that you spend. So, unlike when you're going to the grocery store or gas stations or flying on an airplane, they give us points back. But with doTERRA, we get anywhere from 10 to 30% back in points when you're using their rewards system. So it is by far the best way to order. When you order 125 and it ships before the 15th, or you order one of their foundational wellness products, then you can get a free adaptive. It's a 5 ml, and you can also receive that adorable little ornament. Now, the ornament is like a passive diffuser. What I love about it is you can hang it in a closet, you could put it in your car, you could put it in your Christmas tree, you could just pretty much hang it anywhere you want. And then you can add essential oils to it. Each year they have a different ornament that they offer to us. And it's a really lovely gift to us in addition to everything else. You'll also see here that we can save 10% on adaptive soft gels. We're going to go deeper into how people use them, why people love them, and it's a great time of year with all of the I don't know. Depending on where you are and what you celebrate, it seems like there's just more people out and about. And whether it's traffic or at the malls or going out to restaurants, there's just a lot of people. And sometimes that can be a little overwhelming. And so I love that doTERRA is offering this to us at a discount this month. Now, continuing with their past history, they've also got a 200 PV promotion. So when you spend 200, for every 200 you spend up to 800, you can get a free bottle of frankincense. And as we talk about all the uses and things we use frankincense for, as we go through class tonight, you'll understand why it is that people absolutely fall in love with this oil. We were on a class last night and they were talking about, this 15 and 30-day castor oil challenge. And the gal was talking about, menstrual cramps and things. And she goes, well, of course, frankincense. And then I also used clary sage. And it was like so fun to see, how people are using those together and getting really, really great results. And then we also have some of our holiday gift supplies still left. Launching December 1st is the vanilla lip balm, which is everyone's favorite. So I got as many as I could on my account, and I'm planning on reaching out to my kids and other people so that I can get more because people absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite things at the holiday showcase. Now I'm going to just kind of go over to the right-hand side of the screen. And at the end of class, you guys, we're going to discuss how are you using adaptive? Like, what do you love about it? So if you have a testimonial or something that you love about it, or we'll also take frankincense testimonials, protocols, things that you've used. If you have a favorite recipe that you want to share with us, we're going to open up at the end for that. So, one of the things I love about Adaptive is it came out, gosh, has it been like 3 or 4 years now? And it's been a really great essential oil to just kind of calm things down. I like that when things are chaotic. So maybe it's a little bit feeling of overwhelmed, or my mind is scattered and racing all over the place. And I just need to, like, it's almost like a deep breath for your nervous system, in the way that it just kind of goes, ah. I love that it can uplift a mood because of the essential oils that are in there. It not only has calming oils, but it also has some citrus, which is really great for uplifting and calming at the same time. When you've got a lot on your mind and you're trying to think of, gosh, did I, making plans for, people to come over, or what's for dinner, or, right now, we're getting ready to do a big festival downtown. And so we're in charge of, making sure things are going smoothly. And so there's a lot. And so one of my favorite things before I went to my meeting today is I took one of the capsules, and I took one, and I knew that that would help just mellow my mood out and mellow my focus so that I could be able to think more calmly. You can also take the oil and diffuse it or wear it like perfume. I always teach, put a couple of drops in the palm of your hands, take a few deep breaths, and then just wait and see the way that your body just kind of, relaxes. There are so many really great ways that we can use Adaptive. And so I'm excited to go through the presentation and just come up with more. Okay, so you guys, and feel free as we're going along to take screenshots. There's a lot of different recipes you'll see. On the right-hand side, we have a bath bomb. Now, I I love taking a nice hot soak. And so whether it's, moisturizing to the skin, or if it's just calming and relaxing, or, to soak my tired legs from standing all day. I love that we can create exactly what we need. And these bath bombs are something that's very easy to make. Make sure you take a screenshot of this, because you're going to want the step-by-step directions. And remember that when we give recipes like this, you can customize them by taking the essential oils and adding different things. So one of my favorite things to do with this recipe is I love Serenity, Copaiba, and Adaptive together. And it smells amazing, and it just takes my whole body and just makes me feel like I have just, stepped into my own spa. On the left-hand side, we can see that, with Adaptive oil, you can have, more feelings of like just having those tranquil feelings. Again, I've already talked about rubbing your hands together. This does come in a roller bottle also. Now, a lot of times people are asking, what's the difference between the 5 ml, the 15 ml, and the roller? Well, with Adaptive specifically, you're going to have the roller bottle that's going to be great for people who just want to carry it in and have an instant perfume, where they can just roll it on their pulse points, on their wrist, behind their ears, and have that ready to go anytime, anywhere. What people would like the oils for in the bottles is then they can add them to their bath water, or they can put them in their diffuser. When you have a roller bottle, if the word touches on the side, you know that it has been perfectly diluted with fractionated coconut oil, so that it's ready for anyone in your household to use. So you can take a child or somebody who's small. You can use this on your pets, which I absolutely love. And you could just take that and roll it on. You can also roll it onto your hands, and then, I'll roll it on my hands, and then I'll rub my hands together, and then I'll rub it on the back of my dog or on his paws, and he instantly will have a change in attitude. Okay, so on the right-hand side of this, in the middle, I guess, the diffuser blends. So as we're looking at the diffuser blends, I really want you guys to remember that you can customize them for what you want. Now, the free product this month is a 5 ml bottle. So that's a bottle that has 85 drops in it. And the very last one on here is called Grounded. It's 4 drops of Adaptive and 1 drop of frankincense. And you would be able to put that in your diffuser. This would also be a great recipe or blend to put in your bath water. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't like to take a nice hot soak, then think of your foot soak. And what I love about creating your own foot soak is because you've got the largest pores on your feet, when you take your feet, you put it in that water. Now, what I'll do anytime I'm doing a soak, you guys, is if I'm using Epsom salt or sea salt, whatever kind of salt you're using, I'll put that in a cup. I'll add the essential oil to it. I'll mix it up really good, and then I add it to the hot water because that way the oil doesn't just go up on the edges of the tub or on the edges of the foot soak. Or I will add the oil directly to my skin and I'll wait for about 20 or 30 seconds as it's absorbed in, and then I'll, put my feet into the water and let them soak. Okay, so when we go to the capsules, you guys, I absolutely love these three capsules that are shown on the right-hand side. I use them all differently. So before I go to bed at night, I'll use the Serenity capsules. If I've had an extremely stressful day or a lot on my mind, then I might take one each of the Adaptive, Copaiba, and Serenity. Now, most people can get away with one or the other. Most people that I know, I'll teach them to use the adaptive capsules in the daytime. I love just taking one. If you know somebody who runs anxious and they have high anxiety, or maybe they have a really hard time focusing at work or focusing in school, then you might try one adaptive capsule to start, and then you can always add another one, just depending on what the person's needs are. You can see here that it can just really reduce the daily effects of stress and overwhelm. I love that there's different kinds of clinical researches that have been done showing the benefits of the formulation of this. So I love that we also have our certified pure therapeutic grade oils that are in these capsules, like lavender, wild orange, and fennel. Now, these capsules also contain a natural fermented GABA, and so that helps with our neurotransmitters and how it naturally has a calming effect on our brain. And you guys, I feel like when we start our day, so first thing in the morning, what do you want to create? If you've got a lot on your schedule, then you might want to start your day with one. If your day, say it's going to get hectic about 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock when everybody's gathering around the table, then maybe that's when you want to take it. Another thing I love about these capsules is there's no caffeine or any stimulants in it, so you can take them any time of the day or night, and it can help to support your body. Now, like always, anytime I'm recommending people try a capsule or something, always start with less. You can always add more, but you want to start with less, see what the effect is, and then you can add more as needed. Because, just because, Diane's on here and it's like, okay, her and her husband might both want to have adaptive, or her and her daughter, but she might want one in the afternoon and he may want one first thing in the morning. Her daughter may want two in the morning, It just depends on what's going on. And so I love that we can customize what it is that we need. Okay, so now we're going to go into our free product. You guys, frankincense, it's like when in doubt, you get the frankincense out. And a long time ago, I was sitting in my living room and I had a class, a room full of people, and there was a gentleman there who's a biochemist. And I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, he's going to it's going to be so hard to teach him. And as I got to frankincense and we were passing the essential oil around and he smelled it and he kind of had this look on his face like, ooh, what is that? Like I don't know what I thought it was going to smell like, but I don't think I thought it would smell like this. And then he smells it and I'm thinking, oh gosh, he's going to just like let me have it in front of everybody. And he smiles and he goes, well, if it's good enough for baby Jesus, it's good enough for me. And you guys, he and his wife continue to this day to order frankincense. And it's one of his favorite oils because it helps to affect every single cell in your body in all of the different ways. And from outer space still today, you can see the frankincense trail where people would, travel from far, far away just to be able to get their hands on frankincense and myrrh because just like silver and gold, they were guarded because they would use it for everything that their bodies needed. It didn't matter if it was mood or if it was, for their health. And so I love that we today have a frankincense product that has been harvested. And I mean, they go to third world countries, but they really make sure that people are making real wages with this. And to the point where about 6 years ago, we had a retired Navy SEAL who was hired and came and spoke in doTERRA's convention about his job and how he was hired to make sure that our people who are harvesting our oil are protected. And so you guys, it just goes back to show doTERRA and their integrity and how we go to great lengths to make sure we are getting a really good product. Again, we test it 100, it has to be 100% pure. It has to be, no contaminants, no pesticides, and it has to also be at a certain grade because we do use our essential oils for not only emotional support, but physical support too. Okay, so here's some really great things about frankincense. Most of us, we know a drop of frankincense under your tongue every single day. And I think that, years ago, they kind of talked about the benefits of being able to help our brain support and how, why not? And I love that we can just take it, drop under your tongue. You can also put it on your thumb and put it to the roof of your mouth and hold it there for a few seconds. And I promise if you are feeling scattered in your thoughts, or maybe you're having a hard time remembering things, or maybe it's just too much overwhelm, I have a friend who was coming to our classes. And I had mentioned to just rub a little bit of frankincense on the back of your neck. And she said, I have tried everything to sleep and nothing is helping me sleep. And she just rubbed a little bit of frankincense on the back of her neck. And she's like, I have never slept so good. And so don't be afraid of just because if I'm saying, put it in your diffuser or put it under your tongue, to try it different ways and find out which way is best for you, which way you like it. Um, because frankincense is available to us in so many different ways, or we can make our own roller bottles. We have tons of different recipes. You can add it to any of your skincare because it's been shown to support skin um, and find wrinkles and things like that. You could use it for any kind of reading or journaling or meditation. I love getting grounded in the morning. It's getting a little chilly here, so it's a little bit harder for me to get outside every day. But, to be able to just get my feet in the ground or on the dirt. And just for a couple of minutes, that's all it really takes for me. But I would love being able to use frankincense with that. It is in most of our immunity boosting blends, everything from we have stop the cough to, an immune boost. We use frankincense in most of our Symphony of Cells protocols. I love that you can just, you could take it to your massage therapist. You could take it to the person who you're getting a pedicure from. And when you're asking them to put it on and then they're rubbing it into the skin. Anytime you want it to go a little bit deeper, you can add heat to it. You could also add a little bit of peppermint. I know a long time ago when I first started with essential oils, the gal's like, you drink coffee? And I said, I sure do. And she goes, you want to get rid of it? And I said, well, no, I actually love the flavor and the taste. I love the morning routine of it. But she said, if you want to get rid of coffee or you really want to start your day out right, take a drop of wild orange, a drop of frankincense, put it in your hands, rub it together, and then just take a couple of deep breaths. Once you've done that, then you can rub it on the back of your neck or you can put it on your throat or your chest, and then it will completely change the way you start your day. It's also used for, to relieve tension and anxious feelings. Um, let's see, it says on here, did you know frankincense is often called the king of oils? It's been used in centuries for rituals, practices. It comes in a resin form. And so if you've had a bottle of frankincense for a while, you can sometimes it'll get a little crusty around the outside edges, and that's because it's going back to its natural state. If that ever happens with any of your essential oils, vetiver is one, myrrh is one, you could just add a little bit of coconut oil or castor oil to the lid and put the lid back on and kind of let it do its magic and then it softens right back up again. It's extremely versatile, you guys, in the way that you can use frankincense. Here are a few more recipes that you guys will want to have. Um, Again, so we have a thyroid balancing blend. What I love about this blend, and you can kind of add to it or customize it a little if you need to, but you can take a 10 ml roller bottle, put the essential oils in, and then fill it up with fractionated coconut oil. And then the idea is to apply it over your thyroid area, morning and night, or at least once a day. What we've noticed with people is that they've been able to balance their thyroid. So whether it's overactive or underactive, it doesn't really matter, because when we give our body what it needs, it naturally takes care of itself. And so I love that it'll balance out. We've got multiple people who've been able to get on their lowest dose from the doctor guided of thyroid medication. You'll also see over here, we've got some really great a recipe for emotional balance, one for sleeping well. Gosh, you guys, I love that we have so many recipes and ways that we can use this free product. And we can't go any further without, we kind of talked about, putting frankincense under your tongue every day. Well, that's because it gets into your bloodstream immediately. Going to the roof of your mouth is because it's a really quick access to your brain. You could also go drop it on the top of the crown of your head or the base of your skull. Those are other really great places. On the left-hand side here, it kind of shows you different places that you want to target and then the effects of frankincense. Everything from vision support to emotional balance. Another really great one, you guys, to just take a photo of so that you'll be able to refer back to it later. Now, anytime we use essential oils to diffuse them and we're getting that aroma that everybody in the area is benefiting from. I also love that when our sense of smell is 10,000 times stronger than our other senses. So when we get that breath of whatever essential oil we've got or we're using, we take that inhalation and it sends the message to our body on how we need to respond, and then our bodies are able to do so. Well, when we're diffusing, the beautiful part about this is everyone in the area is getting the benefit. So you can go into a chaotic room at work or a classroom or a daycare. I just think of all the places that there's a lot of people and there could be lots of loud noises and things. And you can choose essential oils that will be calming. You can choose essential oils for focus. And this one right here, you guys, would be really great for anyone who's just wanting something new and some change. I mean, you got 3 drops of frankincense, you got 3 drops of wild orange, 2 cedarwood, and 1 vanilla. And I just say them and I'm like going, okay, this just sounds like it's going to smell amazing. And then if you're like me, I love to partner the essential oils with affirmations, or what is it that I'm intending to do? Like, what do I want the result to be? And so I'll kind of focus on, just like I said, the way you start your day, the intention that you're doing, and the essential oils that you're partnering with will help you get the result that you're working towards. You guys, I've been doing this for a long time, and the more I use them, the more I love them, and the more I love them, the more I want to share and talk about them. It's easy for me to put this into a daily routine because of how many amazing things there is. So, you guys, before we go to the holiday stuff, I just want to give you guys a few more recipes. So we have some recipes that we use over and over and over at my business. One of them is called Gym Repair. And the reason that we came up with this one is whether you've been, going for a long walk, if you ever walk outside or go for a long walk and your fingers start to swell a little bit, or maybe when you get home, you're going, oh gosh, I just like my whole body just feels like it's just tired. Or you've gone to the gym and you've worked out really hard. This repair blend is in a 10 ml bottle, and we use 50 drops of Aroma Touch and 20 drops of frankincense, and then we fill it with fractionated coconut oil. Now, the partnership between these 2 oils is you're going to get all of the benefits of frankincense, but then you're getting the benefit of aroma touch, and that is where you've got circulation and you've got, things for swelling and you've got stuff for tension. So it's just like doubling down on something that's going to really support your body. You've also heard me talk a lot about stop the cough in the past, or maybe you've already got this recipe, but we love to do this in a repurposed 15 ml bottle. So people will ask all the time, what do you do with all your empty bottles? Well, we save them. We throw them into a big container, we let them soak, and then we'll peel the labels off and we repurpose them. And what this one does, this recipe makes 6 bottles, and it's 1/4 cup of local honey. You guys, we use local honey because there's so many benefits to honey in general. And so we have a 1/4 cup of local honey, 1/4 of a cup of water, and we do 24 drops each of lemon, on guard, peppermint, and frankincense. And then we mix all of that up. We use a double boiler and we mix it up really good. And then every time we pour some into a bottle, then we stir it again, because you don't want those oils to separate and be all in one container. And then we just buy spray tops at one of the local supply houses. You guys, another one I want to give you guys is a immunity boost. It's a immunity boost. So this one, you guys, you'll take 1 drop of wild orange, or you could do 2 or 3 wild orange, 1 drop of cassia, 1 drop of ginger, and 2 drops of frankincense. And when I'm making a tea of any kind, a lot of times I don't use a tea bag. I'm just using warm water, and I'm putting the water in there, and then I'm adding the essential oil and I'm stirring it up really good. And then I can add, agave nectar or honey or something to flavor for flavor or for sweetness. You'll find that when you're using something like cassia or cinnamon, it adds a natural sweetness. So you don't really need sweetener, in my opinion, but everybody has the different thing that they do. So the last recipe I want to share with you guys for frankincense is one that's called it's called a pain shot. So the intention on this is you take a shot glass, which is 2 ounces, and you would just add 2 drops of frankincense and then 2 drops of either marjoram or oregano. You guys, and oregano is known as the hottest of our essential oils. So you're going to want to be very mindful in the way that you use this. Now you can just put those drops in a gel cap and close it and then take it. If you have a sensitive stomach, you can fill the capsule up with a fractionated coconut oil or like an olive oil or something, and then that will help to soothe and coat the stomach. But in the shot glass, you just take those oils, you put it in there, stir it up really good, because that oregano is a little toasty, and then you just shoot it back. It is one of those things that is great for pain, and I'm going to say that same blend could be used for any kind of an immune boost, especially if you're dealing with something viral or something you just can't kick. Okay, before we go on to our other promotions, I also wanted to read just a second about the emotional benefit for frankincense. And yes, I've graduated into readers. Okay, you guys, so this book is one of my favorites. I use it all the time. This is the look of it. If you're interested in where to get these, it's essentialemotions.com. And frankincense emotionally is the oil of truth. It reveals deception and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. This oil creates a new perspective based on light and truth. Frankincense recalls the memory, spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that brought the soul into this world. It is a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. Frankincense assists us in pulling scales of darkness from the eyes, and the barriers from the minds, and the walls from the heart, through connecting the soul with its inner light to reveal oils that reveals the truth. Frankincense supports in creating a healthy attachment with one's father, It assists in spiritual awakening and helps individuals feel loved of the divine when they have felt abandoned or forgotten. Frankincense reminds them that they are loved and protected. While this oil is incredibly powerful, it is also gentle, like a loving father who nurtures, guides, and protects us. Frankincense shields the body's soul from negative influences and assists the soul in its spiritual evolution. Enhancing practices of prayer and meditation, this oil opens spiritual channels and allows an individual to connect with the divine. Through the light and power of frankincense, the individual can draw closer to divinity, health and masculinity, and a grandeur of true self. You guys, I just absolutely love the emotional benefits as well as the physical benefits. And when we're looking at, gosh, how can this support me best? So if it's on an emotional benefit, then, smell it, put it over the heart, breathe it in. If it's on a physical benefit, then you can take it directly to where you need the support of that oil. Okay, you guys, we also have our holiday products that are still available. The Vanilla Dream Restorative Lip Balm just launched this month, and so there's still a lot of it, even though I bought as many of them as I could. We also have, gosh, we've got cinnamon throat drops, lemon lime throat drops. The Holiday Joy, Holiday Peace are still available. And I think there's a couple of these that might have sold out. If you love diffusers, this little owl diffuser is absolutely adorable. What I love about it is the little belly has a nice soft glow to it. You can have that on or you can have it off. You also have a button in the back where you can have three different selections. One is like a little musical lullaby song. Another one is like crickets chirping that help you sleep or just be still. And then I think the last one is like water running or something like that. You can have no sound at all. You could just have the diffuser. It's timed so it'll automatically go off when the water runs out. Really, really cute. And it comes with a 5 ml bottle of Calmer. You guys, these are while supplies last, and with the holiday season, think of people that you want to gift it to, whether it's like we've got gifts for mail delivery people and service people, whether they're shoot in our hospitals or our law enforcement. The list goes on of some of the people that we could get to say thank you to, not only, this time of year or November, but all year long. And so sometimes I'll gather a few of these gifts and I'll just put them in my cupboard so that when, like the owl diffuser, for instance, I got 4 of them and I'm going to keep them for baby gifts when people are having babies, because I think they just are adorable for that. You guys, we also have some really great promotions. And so if you know somebody who is interested in joining and getting their own wholesale account and being able to be on the journey with us on, all the things that we have, there are promotions here. We also have at 150, they get an extra special free gift. And then, of course, in addition to all of that, if somebody is enrolling and they're spending 200, they would also get a free bottle of frankincense. We were just trying to figure out today. It's like if you were a frankincense lover, because we've got a lot of people who, just absolutely love frankincense by the touch, the stick, the capsules. If you were to buy, I think we figured 2 of those sets, you would get a bottle of frankincense oil for free. And so it's like there's so many different things that you can do to really, maximize that. Before we open up for testimonials and shares, I want to invite you to next week's class. Same time every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking about holiday gift ideas, little things that you can put together that are simple, inexpensive, but people will absolutely love. And then starting on the 12th of December, every year, we host the 12 Days of Christmas. So if you're a part of our Facebook group, you're probably familiar with this, but we have someone different go on every day for the last 12 days, and we feature different products. We have recipes, we do protocols, we do all kinds of really fun things for you guys. If you're interested in getting this as an email, text the word 12 days to 534-429-53, and I can't see the rest of it because of my screen. So it's on the screen if you guys can see it. Um, we'd love to have you guys be a part of that. And yeah, it's really good. 'Tis the season. We love this part. I love this time of year. Okay, you guys, does anybody have something that they would like to share as far as frankincense, or adaptive or any of the holiday products? If you have a question, a testimonial. All right, Diane,
You know I'm going to talk.
I'm so grateful.
You know I'm going to talk about this. So I'm going to start with adaptive because adaptive is a game changer. Our daughter, who struggles with her mental health, takes two adaptive a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And in addition to other things, um, that's helped keep her calm, composed, just dealing with life in a better way. Um, and she uses adaptive, she keeps the adaptive touch in her purse. So if she encounters those feelings of anxiousness and overwhelm, she's got it right there at the ready. I think she uses more oils than I do, frankly. And then today I was coming back from visiting her. I had a 3.5 hour drive and I hit horrendous weather.
Mm,
And where we were at the top of the summit and everything stopped.
mm,
And it was and I'm a good driver. Like I grew up at 7,000 feet. Like I can drive in all kinds of weather, but it was still like I was sweating, like my heart was beating, I was safe. I was okay, but thankfully, I carry essential oils with me, and I have my every oil bag. And I mean, traffic stopped, right? I grab my adaptive, I grab my frankincense, of course, and I put both of those on together because I know the two of them are going to support me, support my nervous system. And so, I just sat there calmly and called my husband to go, hey, I'm running late, but I'm stopped. I'm not calling you on the road. I love both of those essential oils. Frankincense for me, it's my go-to. Like I use it for headaches, head tension. Sorry, I was supposed to say that instead of headaches. I just love it for everything. It's just when in doubt, I mean, we all say that, but I do. Like I put it on insect bites, I put it on everything. And Jeff was excited to hear that it's good for maybe helping him sleep a little better. So he's like, I've heard that before. So anyway, just had to share those two. I'm so thankful for doTERRA and them offering us free frankincense again in December because it's a gift.
mm.
So anyway,
Could- Couldn't agree more. Hey, your pain in the neck blend, that's frankincense, right?
it's equal parts frankincense, Siberian fir, and copaiba. Yes,
It's awesome. And
yes.
so you guys in a 10 ml roller ball, just equal parts. And so do you count or you just start dripping it
I think
in?
it's about 27 of each,
Nice.
I want to say, but just do the math. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. And I think we can use it in so many different ways. And I love that, real action. Diane had what she needed, where she was, carrying a little keychain. Do you have, where's it, your keychain that you had
No,
when you were traveling?
I have my little oil kit,
Mm,
my every oil kit. And I mean, I have oils in the diffuser to keep me alert. And like I do peppermint and wild orange in my diffuser when I'm driving. But then I have my every oil kit, which is right there. I leave it unzipped so that I can, if I need to reach in.
And there's heaps of oils in
As Jeff said, there's heaps of oils in there. And I know exactly where adaptive is, and I know exactly where frankincense is. And thankfully, like I said, I was stopped. We were stopped on the summit with snowfall and crazy people, and I could just take myself down to a safe place emotionally.
mm, I love it. I love it. I love that, with the free frankincense too, you guys, is, if you have people or loved ones that you want to share with, and this is just something to consider, is taking advantage of getting it for free. Then you can take some of your empty bottles or like your 5 mLs, or you can make roller bottles, and you'll be able to give that gift to so many other people and let them have the experience of frankincense. And I mean, shoot, I think of the people who I know, I could probably list off 100 people right now who could benefit from using frankincense. And part of it is coming to these classes or to these, and watching, is getting educated of when in doubt, get the frankincense out. And it's easy for us to say that, but then most people are going, well, what do you mean by that? Like, where am I supposed to put it? Well, if you have a cut or a scrape, or, you're anxious, or, really this is, from your bottoms of your feet. If people don't like the smell, right? Just put it on the bottoms of your feet. Let it, and it takes about, less than 2 or 3 seconds to go into the skin and start working. And so you can target something like that there. If you know where something is happening, then you can go straight to it. So if your knee is upset or angry or cranky for some reason, frankincense would be a great one to just put on your knee. And just like Jeff's going, I didn't even think about it for sleep because I haven't used it that way. Now, if you guys have been using essential oils in a certain way and you're not getting the result that you want, I'm going to invite you to look at the way you've used them and see, could I do it differently to get the result? Because sometimes putting them on topically, you're going to get a different effect than taking it in your mouth, or, in a capsule. And so this is what I love about you guys being here. And I'm so grateful that you're investing in yourself, investing in your knowledge and getting educated. Okay, you guys, anybody else have anything that they would like to add as far as adaptive frankincense? Any questions?
Hey, this is Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Um, how are you tonight?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing freezing, but um, about the frankincense. I have a testimonial, and this is happens to my ex-husband. And um, 3 years ago, we were cutting wood, and if anybody has ever been to Wyoming, you know that when you go into the mountains to cut wood, um, you travel. And a lot of times you do not, well, in the state of Wyoming, you don't have any good reception on the mountain at all, unless you're extremely lucky and you know where the towers are. Anyway, we were in the back country doing some, uh, with a chainsaw and everything, cutting firewood. And when he put the blade down on, or the chainsaw down onto the log to start cutting, and fired off the on the trigger, it the chainsaw bounced off the log,
Mm.
and when it bounced, it went into his left leg, on the inside portion of his leg, about 2 inches long and about 5 or 6 inches deep. I mean, he came very close to having it hit some major stuff. And I happened to, when I saw all that, I had my phone in my pocket and I grabbed it immediately. And I swear to God, this is a God moment. Um, Grabbed the phone, called my sister, and said, Sherry, I don't know who you need to talk to, but find a protocol for um, a chainsaw injury. Because at this point, we had cut enough wood that he had um, splint, splinters and chips of wood already going into his leg from the chainsaw. And I said, I need something. And she goes, okay. So I guess she reached out to a lot of you gals, and I thank you for this, all of you. But she came back with frankincense, helichrysum, Roman chamomile, melissa, and layering it all on lavender. And I started the base of it. I started with frankincense right off the bat with it. And I happened to have an order that had come in and was able to instantly open up these oils and layer them all the way around that cut. And within 2 weeks of that, the skin, the cut itself was already diminished to like about a half inch long. And within 3 weeks, he had quit, wouldn't allow me to put any more oils on it or anything. I'm sure he still has a little bit of a scar because, he had me stop the protocol. But I mean, talking about a cut and how fast and everything. And I mean, instead of losing a leg and having to travel down the mountain into Buffalo, Wyoming to the hospital or whatever, we were able to take care of it right there on the mountain with no problem.
What a blessing. And you guys, we do hear about this types of situations where you're going, oh, I didn't have anything. And, you've probably, if you've been with me for a hot minute, you know that I can look at somebody walking in through the door and go, where's my oils? Like, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any of these other things, but I know I have something that will be able to at least calm whatever's happening. And so just like for you, it's like, okay, what do we do? What do we have? What can we start using? You guys, and we love doctors and we need doctors and, surgeons and all the other things and stitches but at the same time, we can really support our bodies by doing some natural things. And that reminds me, Deb, of my husband. He's got at least four different things where he had a mole on the top of his head. He didn't see it. And so, but he goes in and gets his body scanned or checked or whatever. And the gal's going, oh gosh, we got to get this off of here. So they took this divot out of his head and, they kind of cut this big old hole. And then they sent it away for some testing and came back and said, we're going to have to take more. They ended up taking about a golf ball size of stuff off his head. And that left, quite a divot there. And so we started instantly, as soon as that stuff started happening, we're like, okay, frankincense, immortelle, helichrysum. And we were applying it multiple times during the day. And you guys, now it's been about, I'm going to say maybe 2 years, but you can't tell where that was anymore. And that's like, gosh, I would have never thought that it would have, recovered that well with something like that. And then if you guys also, has shared his gout testimonial. A lot of people suffer from gout in different areas. We've got a gal or a guy that we're working with right now who has gout on his ear lobe, which I had no idea that could happen. He has affected him in both of his ankles and in his big toes to the point where, you guys, he would come home from work at night and barely be able to walk. Like, he would crawl to the bathroom because it was so painful. And I started a remedy of every single night, and this is early on in my doTERRA days. I would put frankincense, wintergreen, lemongrass, um, and deep blue, and at the time birch, because we had some birch. And I would rub his feet every single night with that. And I would just put the oils on. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. All I knew is that these oils were something that I had looked up and heard about. So I was going to put them on, and I'd come home and I'd rub his feet and rub his feet and rub his ankles. And I did that every single day. And for probably a couple of months, like I'm going to say at least like 2 months. And then pretty soon he's going, I don't think I needed as much. So it was, once or twice a week. And then over, a 6 month period, it was once a week. And then now, still to this day, it's only as needed. Or if he's like had a long day and I just want to be a nice wife, I'll get the oils out and I'll rub his feet. And now it's just like, and we actually made, a roller bottle that we put all those oils in that we call super blue. So if you're looking for the blend, and you can see the whole protocol and his journey. He's actually gone and did a live in Good Vibes, and then it's also in our recipe book of his journey, because it's such a painful thing that so many people deal with. You guys, again, frankincense is one of those things, and I just want to say we didn't do it once or twice and expect it to go away. We didn't do it 3 or 4 times and expect it to go away. I was very dedicated. And the best part is not only was he getting those oils on him, but I was too. And it was amazing that even after a really long day for me, I'd go and sit down and I'd be exhausted. And I'd rub his feet, and pretty soon we're laughing and we're talking. And, and I feel like, oh gosh, I can go, finish dinner or whatever. And it's amazing how the essential oils work that way for us. You guys, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time to educate and learn what to do with what we have. Take advantage of the frankincense promotion. And if you guys have questions, make sure you reach out to us. You'll be able to find this recording on our YouTube station if you want to go back and listen, or if you have somebody who might be interested and want to learn, or there's something that you want to share with them. So you guys have a good one, and we will see you next Tuesday for our class on DIYs and make and takes and things that you can give away to your family and friends during the holidays. All right, see you guys. Thanks.